It's Storytime Productions.
Hello, my friends. Here's another 3-pack of some horror stories, and I hope you brought your chapstick because these 3 probably make your butthole pucker up. Enjoy. In the heart of a city plagued by an economic downturn, Sean found himself engulfed in the shadows of desperation. The recession had stripped him of his job, his home, and his dignity. With no other recourse, he turned to the streets, navigating the urban jungle in search of any opportunity to survive. One fateful evening as he wandered near City Hall, a van nestled in the dark recesses of an alley caught his attention. Its back doors were flung wide open, revealing a flurry of activity as a delivery man ferried boxes in and out. In a daring move fueled by desperation, Sean seized one of the boxes and fled to the safety of the alley's end. With trembling hands, he pried open the cardboard enclosure, hoping for a glimmer of salvation amidst the chaos of his existence. Yet, his hopes were dashed as he beheld the contents within. A trove of cheap sunglasses, a mockery of his aspirations. Disheartened, he cast the box aside and pocketed a pair of sunglasses, a meager prize for his daring theft. Little did he know that this seemingly inconsequential act would unravel the fabric of his reality. As he continued his nocturnal odyssey through the downtown core, Sean's gaze fell upon his reflection in a store window. An impulse seized him, and he donned the sunglasses, a vain attempt to shield himself from the harsh glare of his own failures. Moments later, a group of pedestrians passed by, their mundane chatter punctuating the night air. Sean's curiosity got the better of him, and he scrutinized them through the tinted lenses. What he saw defied comprehension. Among the ordinary faces, 3 figures stood out, their visages twisted into grotesque semblances of humanity, their eyes hollow and their flesh decayed. A surge of terror gripped Sean and he recoiled, the glasses slipping from his grasp. The group halted, concern etched upon their features as they inquired about his well-being. With a forced smile, Sean reassured them, concealing the maelstrom of fear raging within him. Summoning his resolve, he tentatively replaced the sunglasses, steeling himself for the revelation that awaited. To his horror, the world transformed before his eyes, unveiling a sinister undercurrent lurking beneath the veneer of normalcy. Everywhere he looked, the facade of reality crumbled, revealing the insidious messages embedded within advertisements and billboards. Obey and do as we say and listen to us, and we know best, blazed across the urban landscape, a damning indictment of the pervasive control exerted over humanity. As Sean entered a busy convenience store, he looks around to only see more of those horrifying beings, alongside normal everyday people, and as he looks around he sees more ads telling us how to live, and on top of it he looks at the produce and to his disgust, the produce was actually moving and alive. The price signs had subliminal messages saying, "Eat this and it's good for you." And clearly that wasn't the case, as the glasses showed him the true reality. In a daze, Sean stumbled through the labyrinthine streets, his mind awash with disbelief and paranoia. The revelation dawned upon him with chilling clarity. The sunglasses were a tool of manipulation, designed to unveil the hidden machinations of those who wielded power. His thoughts raced, piecing together fragments of a puzzle fraught with peril. The skeletal entities he had glimpsed were not figments of his imagination, but harbingers of a malevolent force lurking in the shadows, manipulating the fate of mankind. With mounting dread, Sean realized the magnitude of his discovery. The government, complicit in this clandestine conspiracy, had orchestrated the distribution of the sunglasses, a nefarious scheme to identify dissenters and enforce compliance. Fueled by righteous indignation, Sean resolved to expose the truth, to defy the shackles of oppression and confront the forces that sought to subjugate humanity. Armed with nothing but his wits and the tainted lenses that had shattered his perception of reality, he embarked on a perilous quest for redemption. Yet, as he delved deeper into the heart of darkness, Sean found himself ensnared in a web of deceit and betrayal. The true nature of the sunglasses, far from liberating him, ensnared his soul in a vortex of madness, a prison of his own making. In the end, Sean's quest for truth led him to the brink of insanity, his mind fractured by the weight of his revelations. In a final, desperate act of defiance, he cast aside the cursed sunglasses, relinquishing their hold over his fractured psyche. As the city slept, oblivious to the horrors lurking in its midst, Sean vanished into the night, a lost soul adrift in a sea of lies and deceit. And somewhere, in the depths of his tortured mind, a whisper lingered, a haunting refrain echoing through the corridors of his consciousness. They lie. And in that moment, Sean realized the true nature of his existence. A pawn in a game played by unseen forces, a pawn destined to be sacrificed upon the altar of human frailty.
Story 2.
In the heart of an otherwise unremarkable town, nestled amidst the thick shroud of overgrown foliage, stood the abandoned St. Peter's steel fabrication. Its towering silhouette loomed ominously against the pale moonlight, a monument to a bygone era of industry and labor. For a quarter of a century it remained untouched, a desolate relic of the past, until whispers began to circulate about the unnerving presence that lurked within its decaying walls. Legend spoke of the Peekaboo Ghost, a spectral entity that haunted the forsaken corridors of the factory. Its origins were unknown, its intentions sinister. Those who dared to venture inside were met with an unsettling sight, a pair of wide, luminous eyes peering out from behind rusted machinery, followed by a chilling grin that seemed to stretch impossibly wide. Among the curious souls drawn to the mystery was Amanda, a young woman with an insatiable thirst for the unknown, and her steadfast friend Crystal. Determined to unravel the enigma of the Peekaboo Ghost, they embarked on a journey into the heart of darkness. As they crossed the threshold into the abandoned factory, a suffocating sense of dread enveloped them. Shadows danced eerily across the walls, and the air was heavy with the scent of decay. With each step, the echoes of their footfalls reverberated through the desolate chambers, like whispers of the past crying out for release. Suddenly, a faint rustling sound echoed from the darkness, causing Amanda's heart to skip a beat. She turned to Crystal, her eyes wide with trepidation, but her friend offered only a reassuring smile. Together, they pressed on, determined to confront the source of their fear. The factory seemed to stretch on endlessly, its labyrinthine corridors twisting and turning like a maze of nightmares. Yet, despite their best efforts, the elusive Peekaboo Ghost remained just out of reach, its spectral form vanishing into thin air whenever they drew near. Hours turned into days as they searched tirelessly for answers, their minds unraveling with each passing moment. But just when all hope seemed lost, they stumbled upon a hidden chamber concealed deep within the bowels of the factory. Inside, they found a weathered journal, its pages yellowed with age and stained with the passage of time. As Amanda flipped through its contents, her eyes widened in horror at the revelations within. The factory, it seemed, was built upon a graveyard, the restless spirits of the deceased condemned to wander its halls for all eternity. And among them was the Peekaboo Ghost, a tortured soul trapped between the realms of the living and the dead. Its antics were not born of malice, but of a desperate plea for release from its eternal torment. Determined to offer the spirit solace, Amanda and Crystal embarked on a daring mission to communicate with the ghost. Armed with nothing but their courage and conviction, they ventured deep into the heart of darkness, guided by the flickering light of hope. And as they stood face to face with the Peekaboo Ghost, its spectral form shimmering in the darkness, Amanda reached out with trembling hands, offering words of comfort and understanding. And in that moment, as the ghost's wide eyes met hers, she knew that they had finally found the key to setting it free. With a final haunting sigh, the Peekaboo Ghost vanished into the ether, its presence dissipating like mist in the morning sun. And as Amanda and Crystal emerged from the abandoned factory, their hearts heavy with the weight of their encounter, they knew that they had faced true terror and emerged victorious. For in the darkness, amidst the whispers of the past, they had found not only the Peekaboo Ghost, but also a glimmer of hope in the face of despair. and though the memory of their harrowing ordeal would haunt them for the rest of their days, they would forever be bound by the bond forged in the crucible of fear.
Story 3.
In the desolate expanse of the wilderness where the sun dipped below the horizon, leaving behind a cloak of darkness, two explorers, Craig and Don, stumbled upon an ominous sight. An enormous, decrepit mansion, looming like a shadow in the midst of nowhere. Curiosity laced with trepidation, the duo exchanged glances before pressing forward, drawn by an inexplicable force toward the looming edifice. The house exuded an aura of abandonment, its windows shattered, its once grand facade weathered and worn. Ignoring the warning bells chiming in their minds, Craig and Don pushed open the creaking door and stepped into the suffocating stillness within. A chill slithered down their spines as they navigated through the maze-like corridors, each step echoing loudly in the empty halls. As they got deeper, they stumbled upon a chamber frozen in time. A skeletal figure sat slouched in a chair, its bony fingers clutching the armrests. At first glance, it appeared to be a tragic remnant of the past, but upon closer inspection, horror gripped their hearts. Its eye sockets were filled with creepy, slimy eyeballs that followed their every move with unnerving precision. Panic seized their senses, yet curiosity drove them further. With trembling hands, Craig pushed open another door, revealing yet another macabre scene. Another skeleton, another chair, and those same haunting eyes fixated upon them. Dread gnawed at their souls as they realized the sinister truth. Every corner of the mansion harbored these grotesque remains, each with eyes that pierced through the darkness, watching their every move with malevolent intent. Their fear reached its zenith when they stumbled upon a chest overflowing with gleaming gold and sparkling diamonds, a beacon of greed amidst the encroaching darkness. Ignoring the whispers of caution, they seized the treasure, unaware of the ancient curse they had invoked. A cacophony of groans echoed through the mansion as the dormant skeletons stirred to life, their hollow sockets glowing with malice as they rose from their seats, driven by an insatiable hunger for vengeance. With hearts pounding in terror, Craig and Don fled, their footsteps echoing like thunder in the silent halls. Yet, no matter how fast they ran, the relentless pursuit of the undead persisted, a chilling reminder of the price of their avarice. At the edge of the path, with the mansion looming behind them like a specter of doom, Craig and Don turned to face their pursuers, their breaths ragged with exhaustion. In that fleeting moment, as the moon cast its ghostly light upon the scene, they vowed to live to tell the tale, a cautionary reminder of the horrors that lurked within the abandoned house in the heart of nowhere. Hope you enjoyed. Got more good mind screw type coming, watch for those, and don't forget to check my other channel, Twist Ellie's Twisted Clips, links on my page, and like, subscribe, and share for me, it's much appreciated. And until next time, my friends, I will see you on the dark side. Sweet nightmares.
Subscribe.